I never thought love could be tested in such a cruel way. I met Alex one rainy afternoon in New York, standing in line at a small coffee shop in the East Village. He looked ordinary, simple clothes, unassuming smile, carrying a worn leather notebook. There was something in his eyes, a warmth that drew me in instantly, a spark of sincerity in a city filled with noise and pretense. I had been cautious with men, especially in New York, where everyone seemed to wear a mask. But Alex was different. He didn't have a flashy car or expensive clothes, yet the way he listened, laughed, and shared small moments made me feel seen. We spent the next few weeks discovering the city together, walking through Central Park, sharing street food on the crowded sidewalks, laughing in tiny cafes that smelled like fresh bread and coffee. He never asked for much, never bragged, never tried to impress me. Everything about him screamed humility and honesty. I fell fast, deeply, believing that he was a rare find, someone who loved simply, without ulterior motives. Life seemed perfect until subtle hints began to unsettle me. His apartment was modest, almost Spartan. He never mentioned his family, never spoke about his job in detail, and always avoided expensive restaurants. Friends started to notice, questioning whether I was being naive. I brushed it off. I wanted to trust him. Love, after all, required faith, didn't it? One evening, as rain poured over the city streets, I stumbled upon an email on his laptop, an invitation to a gala at a high profile finance firm. I froze. My heart thumped wildly. How could this be? The invitation was addressed to Alex Thompson, the son of a wealthy and influential family. My mind raced. Had I been deceived? Were all our memories, our laughter, our quiet moments in the cafes nothing but a lie designed to manipulate me? I confronted him gently, my voice shaking as I tried to hold back tears. Alex, I saw the invitation. Who are you really? He looked down, hands trembling slightly, and for the first time, I saw vulnerability mingled with guilt. He admitted the truth. He came from wealth, far more than I could have imagined. Everything I had assumed about his modesty and simplicity was part of a test, a cruel experiment to see if I loved him for who he was or for his money. I felt a storm of emotions: betrayal, anger, disbelief, heartbreak. How could someone I trusted, someone I loved, manipulate my feelings like this? He explained that in the past, relationships had been shallow. People loved him for his status, his money, or the image he projected. He wanted to know if someone could love him purely, without any ulterior motives. But at that moment, I realized that love should never require a test. It should not be measured, monitored, or manipulated. Tears streamed down my face as I walked away into the rainy streets, my heart heavy yet resolute. I understood that he had been trying to protect his heart, but in doing so, he broke mine. The twist of fate was cruel and poetic. The very act meant to reveal true love had destroyed the trust between us. As I walked past the glowing skyline of New York, I remembered our laughter, our late night talks, our shared dreams. All those moments were real, but they were tainted now by deception. And yet, despite the pain, I felt a strange sense of clarity. Love was not about proving loyalty through tests. Love was about honesty, vulnerability, and respect. And sometimes, the bravest act of love is walking away. Alex watched from the rooftop of his high-rise apartment, the city lights reflecting in his eyes, realizing that the lesson he had tried to teach had a cost higher than he expected. The twist was complete. In his pursuit to measure love, he lost it. The streets of New York whispered their own stories of heartbreak and hope, reminding me that life moves forward, even when hearts are heavy. I took a deep breath, letting the rain cleanse the ache in my chest. I had loved fully, truly, without fear. And while his test had hurt me, it also taught me a lesson I would carry forever. Trust, honesty, and self-respect are the foundations of love. No test, no trick, no deception could replace that. As the sun began to rise over the skyline, I felt a quiet strength. I had survived love's cruelest trial, and I would find happiness on my own terms, in my city, with my heart intact, ready to embrace whatever story came next.